you doing? It's Trader Joe's. I'm out walking with Charlie, and this video is kind of like a response to Randy from Solo's Knife Review about preferences for or features you look for in an EDC knife. I actually have a knife going out to Randy to be pimped, and I thought I'd explain something about what I'm doing here, because this knife you see here, I have a lanyard on it. It's a Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Usually I have the one that's black handle and silver blade. The reason why I'm carrying this is because this is my spare, and I can't have the other one because it's right now in Randy's house getting pimped. And what I'm having him do is I'm having him round the spine, which is one of the points that he mentioned on his video, and I'm going to see if he can kind of bullnose the tip a little bit, because I find this to be a little too needle-like, the point of this knife. It's hard to even get a focus on it, it's so thin. And I prefer it to be a little bit more stout and a little less stabby in the point. Other than that, I love this knife for everything else. It's got a nice broad blade. It's got a reasonably thick stock. This is S30V, which is I find to be a pretty good steel. This has the DLC coating on it, which I've never had before, you know, and I've never EDC'd this knife. I've only been doing this for the past couple of days because the other ones was sent out to him. But I love the handle of this knife, the shape of it, and all the areas that my hand seems to fit. It's almost made for my hand. The way that my thumb goes right up onto that ramp in a perfect angle, and this shape here fits my finger perfect, or this point. I like the big hole in the blade because if I'm ever working like this with the knife, my thumb goes into that hole, and the pad of my thumb fits in there, and it's almost like an added grip point. I love the compression lock. I like the titanium frame lock, like on the Sebenzas, and I've had a number of them. But I dare say that this may be better than the titanium frame lock, and I think it's superior to the axis lock. The axis lock is nice, but it relies on a spring to slip it back into position. This doesn't need any kind of spring at all because it's a spring itself. It pops back into a groove that's in the back of the blade. It's a virtually indestructible lock as far as I'm concerned. You have to hit the front of this with a sledgehammer while this is or jam this into something, hit this with a sledgehammer to break that. Be really, really hard under almost all use to be able to destroy this knife. I like a thin knife that fits in the pocket without causing it to bulge. I don't like the pattern on this. The black blade and this pattern, they tend to cause the knife to become almost invisible if you drop it into a certain type of a background. If you're in a suburban area, why would you want to have a camouflage knife? What's the advantage of it? Ordinarily I have the black blade, the black handle with a silver blade. The silver being good for reflecting light, so that if it's in the same way the white spots on him stand out, because most things are not that color in a natural environment. But you put something dark or black in with that type of a background, and you're going to lose it pretty easily. So I would get either a black handle or I have another one of these actually with a royal blue handle, which is even better because there's nothing in nature that has that coloring. I love the clip on here. It just happens to hit the meat on my hand where my fingers meet my hand. So like when I'm using it, it just fits in there perfectly. It even adds more resistance to being slipped out of my hand. You know, I've not found any hot spots with this clip. No matter how I hold it, even if I hold it like this, it you know, my finger lands in there. You know what I mean? It's like it's perfectly fine. It's no problems with this. I guess it's good that there's multiple positions for the pocket clip. This way you can change the position if you like. My preferred carry method is to have it where the tip is pointing up inside the pocket and have the blade facing the seam of your pocket. The reasoning behind this is the blade now is along this seam. It can't open because it's in the corner of the pocket. If I put my hand into my pocket, I'm riding along the back of the knife. There's no way I'm going to grab any part of that blade. And then when I pull it out, I'm already in this position. So it's not that hard to transition to that. And the other way this could be, you know, problematic. If the tip somehow came out a little bit and it was in the pocket like that, you could cut yourself putting your hand in your pocket. So that's my preferred method. And so I would get a compression lock. I would get a knife that's good for the environment you happen to be in a lot. You know, this is the suburban area. Camouflage is not good in suburban areas because unless you want to lose it so no one else can find it, you know, or you can find it. But you know, this would be good. This coloring on this particular knife would probably be good for somebody in the city, you know, who if this falls on concrete, this is going to stand out like a sore thumb, you know. Or if it falls on asphalt, black asphalt, this is going to stand out like a sore thumb. But if it's black with silver and it falls on black asphalt, it's going to kind of get blended in a little bit. So, but you know, this area, this is not the best color knife for this area. So like I said, this is only a backup knife. So me and Charlie are going out for a walk, and that's that. All right. Hope this video was helpful and enlightening to anybody. And Charlie, are you ready? You are, aren't you? All right, Charlie. He's a good boy today. Have a good day. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.